My name is Jesse Engelkins. I am from Madison, Wisconsin, and I've been a member at Sanctify Fitness for 2 years now. My journey started a couple of years ago when I realized my health was rapidly deteriorating. My youthful metabolism slowed down, and I was becoming more lethargic and overweight, and things weren't going as well. And I also struggled with my mental health, which I had been diagnosed a couple of years before with depression. The solution to this was fitness, exercise, which was recommended to me by doctors and therapists, that I maybe go and look at joining a gym. And I started looking around at all the big gyms and whatnot, and not being a very athletic or fit person, kind of your stereotypical computer nerd and gaming and whatnot. I've never done anything athletic in my life. I was always told I was too small. I came across CrossFit through my wife, who had, without my knowledge, scheduled an interview with a coach named Josh at Sanctify Fitness. So I went in and I met with Josh, and it was radically different from any other gym I've been in. The demeanor and the no pressure and the genuine caring that came across was unlike anything else I've been to. The biggest difference I noticed at Sanctify was when I was doing my fundamentals and struggling to just get through a warm-up exercise, was the community. And while I was doing my fundamentals kind of on our own, one-on-one, there were some classes from time to time going on. And as I was going through my heavily modified workouts, which you can scale to any level that you're at, there were people in the class, their class, doing their own thing, cheering me on as I was just trying to learn. And that was such a huge shock to me that people were encouraging me and cheering me on. A real big turning point came up at about the second or third fundamentals. My dad had a massive stroke overnight, and I got the call from my mom, and it was bad enough to the point where I was told I should think about saying my last words. And so we went through that night, and I had a fundamental the next morning, and I had to call Josh and tell him I couldn't make it, explain what happened. And he had asked if it's something I still want to continue doing, or if I want to take a break to, recoup and call later, or however we wanted to approach it. And the amount of compassion was incredible during the situation. But at that point, I decided that I needed this more than ever. And I needed to do it because I didn't want to put my family through that situation. So I stuck with it, and I pushed myself through it. And it ended up becoming my new norm. And I started to really enjoy what I was doing. My dad did survive his ordeal with the stroke. However, he's been paralyzed significantly from it, but he is still alive and well. But it has reinforced my idea of fitness and staying healthy, not just to be fit, but to stay healthy for my family and to be there for them, which has become a very important part of why I come here and why I'm doing what I'm doing for both my physical and my mental health. And while there may have been days where it was hard to come in, I never regretted it afterwards. I always felt so much better. And after about the first year, I noticed I looked forward to coming here. I looked forward to coming in and working out. And I started feeling so much better. And I don't think I've ever been this fit in my life. I'm in the best shape of my life I have ever been in, period. I fear to think that if I kept the routine that I had, things would have not gone well for me. My health would have continued to deteriorate. But I feel like that CrossFit has given me a new vigor, and now I can be there for my family. I would highly recommend CrossFit to anybody out there, quite literally anybody, no matter where you're at in life, how old you are, your injuries or past injuries. It can always be scaled to whatever your needs are, and it can make a huge impact.